All right, we are good to go. Local recording is doing it right now, so let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 100. The big one.
Episode 100.
The first time I've ever went around this lap. Hey, everyone out there in the stream. Glad to be here. It's going to be a very, very busy, crazy day. We're going to have tons of fun with you, tons of games, lots of guests, prizes. We're going all out for you for 12 hours today.
Prizes.
So let's do the basics.
Adhesive medical strips.
Ooh. Let's start this off. I'm AC Apple Cider. Good to see you all. Waving out there to the stream. My co-host, as always, is Chef Sandy. Hello, chefers.
Howdy.
We have two guests with us at this time. We're going to have more rotating in throughout the day. I'll start off with our collaborator on this, who is a member of the Brony Thank You Fund, and who is going to tell you a little bit more about the donations that we are taking today on behalf of the team. Coderbrony. Hey, Coder.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing fine, and glad to have you on. We can talk. We're gonna make you a little bit of money today. How's that sound?
That would be awesome. Money is always something we can use.
Excellent.
Or at least pass on.
Yeah, it'll be great to tell everyone exactly where it's going and what it's all contributing to. So good to have you. Our other guest, and I really would call her friend of the show, because, well, I have a feeling, or at least I'd like to believe, that after everything that happened at Unicon, we became a little bit closer. We have a writer general writer. She does a lot of writing, but one of the things she writes for is the show that we love so much. Is Amy Keating Rogers.
Hello, everyone.
Yay.
Yay!
Hi.
Glad to have you on again, Amy. You are a pleasure each time. As said, last I saw you, there was a little bit of craziness going on.
Yeah. Well, we dealt well with the crazy.
We did.
And we figured it all out, and it was a very late night. But
it was. Wow. That was really so. In the end of it all, it at least from our end or my end, stuff kind of worked out. I'm not sure, like, higher up on your end, if everything kind of worked out for you guys.
It worked out fine enough, considering what a hot mess it was.
It was a real hot mess.
Yeah, with everything crashing down. In the end, I think it was all good.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy. A crazy time, but we've gotten through it, and we're glad to have you back. We're going to have you on for a little bit of fun gaming in just a little bit. So it's going to be a good time. First off, I guess we should go ahead and explain what we're doing today. First off, if you look, it'll be over here. There's a big link to a derpy.me link that'll take you to the official show notes for the episode 100. It's very important because it has all the information you would want to connect to any of the games that we're going to be playing today. So if you want to actually participate, go here. Check out the servers. They're all active as of this time, and you can jump in. We've got Minecraft. We've got Terraria. We've got TF2 server donated by Pony Fortress. We've got we can do Realm of the Mad God. We've got a bunch of crazy stuff that we can play today. So it's all stuff that you guys, TF2, it's free. You can go play that whenever. Realm of the Mad God, totally free. And we're all going to jump in and do different things all day long. So it's going to be a ton of fun. So let's see. Where should we start on this? Guest list is there. Game list is there. So let's go ahead and move on first. Coder.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. So explain to our fans one more time about the Brony Thank You Fund and where the money is going for this particular drive.
Sure. So we are the I always try to step carefully on this because obviously there are other charities in the fandom doing great work, but we're the guys who are kind of trying to go the official charity route in that we have applied to the IRS for our tax-exempt status. And in fact, what I'm doing when I'm not doing this right now is writing the second response to our second letter asking for more details about our work so that we can get our approval. We hope to have that done in about a week. But we originally raised money to do that ad that ran on the hub that promoted Toys for Tots. We've given money to Toys for Tots. We've given money to Amy's school. We've given money to Engineers Without Frontiers. About $40,000 in total we've donated out so far. But our big push we're doing right now is to fundraise to endow a permanent scholarship at the California Institute for the Arts, known as CalArts, which is where, among other people, Amy went there. And I'm sure she can speak to why CalArts is a great school. But also, let's see, I got to come up with a whole list. There's a bunch of people. Lauren went there. Craig McCracken went there. There was another show writer who went there. I'm blanking on. Yeah, Cindy went there. Most of the guys who founded Pixar went there. It was founded by the Disney brothers. It's considered one of the best animation schools in the world. And so the idea of having the Derpy Hooves Animation Scholarship always there helping the next generation of animators create great work just sounded like a really good legacy for the fandom. So we need to raise about $50,000 for that. We're about $20,000 into it right now. So all the money that gets donated today is going to go into building up the bank account to endow that scholarship.
Okay, excellent. And we can, as said, tons and tons of people helping out on that. Actually, we just got another. I'll check. Peter New just replied he can jump in now. We'll bring him in once we start doing Scribble Knots. He'll be fun. Okay, so go ahead.
I should also, by the way, mention that Amy is on our advisory board. Lee Tokar is on our advisory board. Sibsy's on our board of directors. Fee is on our board of directors, and Pixelkitties is on our board of directors. So you've got most of a quorum of our board of directors and our advisory board on your show today.
Ooh. Just as planned.
I know. It's like we were able to avoid some sort of legal stuffy McWuffs by doing it alongside you guys. Huh. because Amy is here because she's part of your group. Huh. That's sure.
Amy's here because she's awesome.
And that too. She's really, really good and we love her. Okay. Well, excellent. We've got that under the way. As said, you can go ahead and donate across. If you donate over to, you can either donate if you want to over at bronyshow.com or bronyvillepodcast.com. The usual donation that we have there will go to the Brony Thank You Fund. So if you want to go ahead and send it to us, we'll forward it along to them. If you don't trust us with our greedy hands and want to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way, you can always go over to bronythankyoufund.org. Is that correct?
That's correct. Or you can also just go directly to PayPal, and if you send it to PayPal at bronythankyoufund.org, it goes right into our account.
Okay. All right, excellent. Let's see. I'm just checking everything. Everybody's trying to update and jump into all the servers. Let's see. TF2. Let's see. I need to add the password there. Password. Brony. There we go. Or is it Bronyville? I forget.
Oh, no. AC, you're ruining everything.
I know. There you go. Minecraft server has also been updated for everyone out there, so they are all available. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. As said, slight show at the beginning here. Sandy, is there really any news to talk about?
Some.
Okay.
Just a little bit, not a lot. Let's see. If I scroll down. Those Aurora plushes that have been pre-order available for months now are now officially official. They inked the licensing deal and did a press release, but we knew about this for months because we pay attention to the toys shows. And I know that I have my set of all 6 for like $85 pre-ordered, so I will totally have my pony plush.
Which one do you have? Are you getting the blue one?
I'm buying the whole set, so I'm getting all the main 6.
Big spender.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to put my $20 Twilight next to my White Dove Twilight, and it could be like her poor cousin.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's not fair. Sitting a mass-produced toy next to a White Dove. So that's cool, and those will be hitting the stores here hopefully before too long. I have spaces for these 6 plush, and they need to come pretty soon.
I went to a Toys R Us recently and actually saw the smaller size of the like felt hair ones. I went, oh, that's kind of cute. I already have the regulars, but you know. Let's see. Do you want to talk about Rainboom? The doubled Rainboom?
We talked about that last week, I thought.
No, because it came out Saturday. So remember, the preview was Saturday night,
right?
But it didn't show until actually Saturday evening. So.
Oh yes, I still haven't watched it actually.
Okay, well I can give my impression. I'll tell you.
Rainboom, it's out.
Yeah, so here's what I'll say going into it. For someone who hasn't watched it yet, looks really good. It's very similar to what I'll say about Snowdrop. Looks really good. It just went in a really unusual place that I don't think anybody was expecting. It's just like, yeah.
My comment to people on it has been, with all respect to Mando, who's a great musician, it definitely demonstrates that William Anderson earns his money on the show. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, it was just what you were getting for background music was kind of traditional. Let's just put a music zing in wherever it's appropriate. Whereas you really see when, you know, William Anderson scores a show, it's like there's motifs running through it and things like that. And I think that's one of the hardest things with kind of amateur and fan-made stuff is to really get that kind of grand overarching background music working with the show.
Yeah, the other thing I will say is some of the feeling of the editing, like some of the pans or the scenes felt like they dragged on a little too long. Like scenes where I was just like, this could be chopped up, this could be a little bit faster. Like there was just some parts where I was just kind of like, all right, I understand what we're going for here, but it could move along. But as said, I thought it looked great. The weird crossover was unexpected and maybe not handled as much as I would have liked, but as said, it was still 22 minutes of pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that for a senior project, it turned out pretty good, and I hope he got a good grade for it because it came out and people had fun with it. So. Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, you should check it out. Here's what I would say. Go in expecting that you are not only going to watch an animation that is a fan fiction, but it is an animation that is a fanfic crossover.
Oh boy.
So that's the exact way you should go into this. Just going like it is a crossover fic and be like, all right, now I've got expectations.
Right.
Yep.
Well, the other thing I'd say is it's definitely a demonstration, especially when you're using technologies like Flash. It used to be the difference between like fan animation and professional animation, was like the difference between $2 Chuck and a bottle of $400 Chateau Lafite, and now it's like the difference between a $30 bottle of wine and Chateau Lafite, where it's much more subtle, and you have to be like almost a connoisseur of the art to say this is better than this, whereas people who just consume it on a casual basis might say, they both taste like pretty good bottles of wine.
But you know what I really love? $2 Chuck.
Hey,
it's $2.
No,
$2 Chuck. It does what it's supposed to do. That's all I gotta say.
It is wine. It is drinkable. It is far acceptable in my. It is good enough that you can. Yeah, it's really inexpensive wine. Good stuff. Friendship is well aged.
Yes. So next up on the news, those official books have come out. Well, the only one that'll probably be terribly interesting to anyone among this listenership would be the Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart Spell,
Ooh.
which is a young reader's, I guess, light novel, possibly. GM Barra wrote it, and she's showed up to a couple places already. And it basically goes back a little bit into like Cadence's backstory, and it's, I wonder if it's, it's kind of going to end up like Star Wars, where you have the G canon, where you have like the movie canon, then you have the AU canon, and one of them supersedes the other, and then you have the extended universe where Twilight Sparkle, was a Jedi, and it gets really weird. So right now things are, they're $6 for a little light novel. You can get it on Kindle for $5. And if you want to read a little more, if you want to read some essentially official fanfic, you should give it a shot.
Okay. Official seems cool.
And the let's see. Oh, there's that Under the Sparkling Sea one that has yet to come out. It has the really amazingly colorful and detailed, yet still kind of weird looking illustrations. I want to get my hands on that one just to look at the amount of detail that person put into the art.
Mm-hmm.
They were at BAP, weren't they?
I know that GM Barrow was. She wrote the
that's right.
Sparkle.
Right. Okay, that's right. She was the one who was there.
And the little kid books. Those are written by Olivia London, and they're little like young reader books. As for that, in other news, PayPal is awful.
Okay, that's kind of new. Or well, that's not new, but what's up with PayPal?
Apparently, I put the wrong link into this particular thing, but PayPal decided to be a jerk to Buck. Buck being the British convention. They got too much money too quickly into their ticket sales. Therefore,
I've heard this story before.
And then PayPal goes, that's a lot of money you got there. Shame if something would happen to it.
Yeah, they
so
wasn't it like Katrina a while back with the Red Cross or with a particular group?
Yeah, that's what happened with a lot of the auction money out of LPU. We just got some money out of the auction money because it went into someone's personal account, and it got held for a month.
Yeah, PayPal is essentially a private bank, and they don't have any oversight. They are not very nice. So, pro tip, kids, don't handle large amounts of money in PayPal, and don't, keep money in their account. So basically, they had to issue refunds to everybody who had previously purchased a ticket. That means that if you had purchased a ticket to Buck, you need to repurchase one because your money has been refunded, and they're using a different provider now. What's really strange is that the con actually probably took a hit on the fees when it came to refunding everything. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I know that we definitely get ticked off. Well, let me say that a different way. PayPal, every time there's a donation sent to us, they definitely take their cut.
Yeah, they get their chunk.
Yeah, they get a credit card. We luckily are registered as a nonprofit with them, but they still take their 2.whatever% from us when we get donations.
Yeah. Oh well, bummer to them. They're meanies. But please, if you got to donate across to us, which goes through PayPal.
Shh. Well, we don't operate on the scale that these conventions and such do either. So,
and I have to tell you, get a business account with PayPal. It helps you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Japanese or cutesy Japanese dub pony.
Napone.
Japanese.
I don't know. The Japanese dub of Pony has launched on TV Tokyo. It is aired, and I have seen it. How about UAC?
I have not seen it, I admit.
So this is my turn to talk about it. So I watched it sans just watched the raw of it because I've seen the episode enough that I don't need the subtitles. I know the story, guys. So, initial impression, the really long opening, it's like a minute and a half long, which is pretty traditional for a Japanese anime opening, but incredibly long when it comes to the actual pony theme, which is only about 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. So that means that a minute of time had to come from somewhere in the episode. And they have this really awkward live action sequence at the end of the episode that is also chewing up time. So in the end, I think about 2.5 minutes of the episode actually end up cut over the course of the show. And it's like little 5-10 second cuts, like part of the scene with Rarity when she first meets Rarity is cut. Part of the scene with Fluttershy seems to have been cut. And it's like little, seconds at a time, but if you've watched it enough, it's kind of noticeable. Huh. And even the Japanese fans who have seen it with fan subs are kind of like, wait a minute, this is missing. I'd rather have the short opening. But the voices are pretty much spot on. Pinky sounds like Andrea learned to speak Japanese.
Yeah. And
Fluttershy is suitably kawaii.
You said some words there. I don't know what that means. Rainbow Dash sounds like a boy? Makes sense.
Kind of. But Spike is suitably Spike, and Twilight going, Spike is pretty amusing.
I need a clip of that.
Yes, it's pretty. And yes, the Japanese Apple Bloom is super cute. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle the songs, if they will sing them or leave them in English or what. But I think that it'll also be interesting when they get Trixie, because who will be after that. And of course, once they finally get around to season 2,
just imagine just
Japanese Luna
winter wrap up in Japanese.
Oh man. Your body is not ready.
That could be real dangerous right there. We have to go through that whole thing again.
Yup.
I would point out, by the way, we shouldn't complain too much about them taking small cuts out, because when British stuff comes to the U.S., it gets hacked to pieces because they have such shorter commercial breaks in Britain than we do. So we can't really complain too much.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes, and it's not like super important. It's not cutting out important plot points. It's like little side scenes and stuff like that.
Okay. Let's see. Moving on, Voltaire's Pony of Doom.
Yeah, so Voltaire, in case you never heard of him, is a really cool dude. Does some suitably gothy instrumental. It's hard to describe, but the guy has Aurelia Voltaire is modern day Renaissance man. He's a songwriter, a teacher, and a filmmaker, and all sorts of crazy stuff. And I'm a big fan of his stuff. And this was just linked on the Equestria Daily random merch. He's doing a pony. The Pony of Doom from his latest album.
Interesting. Let me see. And by the way, everyone, Peter News here.
Hello.
Hi, Edit Peter. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Peter.
Very well, thank you. Hi, Amy.
How you doing?
Yes. Really good. I'm really happy to hear your voice.
I'm happy to hear yours.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to push Peter a little bit later, but I heard that he had to go ahead and he had a little bit other stuff to get to, so we'll go ahead and drop him in here on the news for a little bit, and then once we can power through this, we can start playing some games, and I'll bring Sibsy on. So so
gonna be a one big happy family,
definitely.
And also, Amy was asked if she could sing the Derpy ditty, and she said she would be happy to do so. So we'll get to that after we do the news. So this is the last little bit, and this is
power through it.
This pertains directly to basically our end of the community, that We Love Fine, Interplay, and IDW have won awards for Best Brand Execution from Hasbro, meaning that they have successfully marketed, in one way or another, a ton of Hasbro properties. And on our end, it's definitely ponies. Pony merch, pony comics, pony cards, pony, all the things. And so that's pretty cool to see that the companies that produce a lot of stuff that our community really enjoys is getting recognized by the company that makes it.
And that's the actual award, the Mr. Potato Head?
Yeah, it's like a laser etched Mr. Potato Head holding a die.
I want that. That's pretty cool.
Hey, it's an award. Awards are awards. That's pretty cool.
I'd like an award.
Awards would be nice.
Yeah, it would. All
But
right.
we'll just have to keep pressing on and doing podcasts.
We shall. All right. Well, tell you what, that takes care of us for the news. So let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun here. How about that, Sandy?
Yeah. Well, we should probably let Amy do her song.
Oh, Amy, you want to go ahead and do the song right now?
Oh, sure.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
That'll allow me time to get everything set up over here on my end.
So I can do it are you setting things up?
No, just go ahead and do it now. You're good.
I hopefully remember all the chords here. Okay, golly, I haven't played it since I played it. Derpy, with your eyes askew, just know I believe in you. Come on, let's go get some muffins, 'cause I love, whoop, that's wrong, love 'em like you do. Derpy, don't know what went wrong, but I know that you belong in the town of Bronyville, and I hope you like this song. Derpy, I love Derpy. I love Derpy. I love you.
Nice.
Aw. You get claps.
Yay.
That was very nice.
The internet is now cheering for you.
Yay! all the people.
And you know what?
So much clapping as they're typing. That's amazing.
The thing about that song is even if you derp in it, it's kind of okay.
Right.
It goes with it. All right. Well, now that we got this, let me go ahead and pull up our first little thing that we do here. Now, this is just so everyone out there, you don't actually have to do anything on this one, because it is completely self-contained. It is Scribblenauts, and pretty much the basis is you have to solve puzzles by giving the game suggestions. So I'm going to be taking suggestions on how we solve all of these puzzles, and some of them can be solved in really hilarious ways. So
Ooh. I want to turn down the audio on that one a little bit.
is a little loud. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
While AC is doing that, I want to say thanks for coming on, Peter. It's good to have you again. Hope your day is going well.
It is.
And glad you could join us for episode 100 and all the craziness that entails.
Oh,
Yes,
look what I got.
congratulations. That's I just wanted to come by and say that, basically.
Yeah. We're the first group to hit 100, the OG. There's AC riding around on Twilight.
Why not?
Yeah, pony all the things, including Scribblenauts, apparently.
Yes. It's one of those fun mods that you can get, is that, so watch. I just be like, hey, I want to write in Discord. Oh, wait, got... The important thing about this game is that you have to... Oh, wait, he's not here for some reason. Some of them aren't working as much as I'd like. Sure. Or not. I don't know. Oh, well, I know it. Daggett, I know Alicorn Twilight works, because I'm flying on her. And she's got a cupcake for some reason.
I'm still hoping for Alicorn Big Macintosh, I gotta tell you.
Hey, there was that picture.
You know, Pixel did do that comic, and
Yes, she did.
you know,
Very
And
kind.
we sell the prints of it. There'll be an EQLA.
I know.
you'd be the princess of apples.
All right, so let's...
And
I am
Jack would
Princess
be-
Apples.
What we need to have you say though is, "I'm a pretty princess." Yup.
I'm a pretty princess. Yup.
No, now we need to steal that sound file.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
I can't wait to hear what happens with it.
let's see. All right, so let's check out this first one that we got. I'm going to vanish with Alicorn Twilight, I guess. Is it
Yep.
All right, welcome to Capital City Firehouse. So we got some puzzles that we got to solve here. I'm still on Alicorn Twilight. That's fine by me. It's the way we're going to deal with this game, I guess. Okay, so let's see. Let's find out what we got to solve. Okay, people
You
say
have to.
people say I have issues. Who can help me? All right, what can we make in the world to help this man? Any
People
suggestions?
Get a microwave and drop it in the water.
That sounds like a bad idea. I don't see any water to drop a microwave into. Well, you have to summon.
No. I don't even know how this particular version of the game works, so you're kind of on your own AC.
All right, so let me show you an example. I have issues. Who can help me? I'll say a PSY. I'm going to say a psychologist. Oh, now they're talking through their problems. Put down the match. So he was an arsonist, I guess.
Yay!
I won't set things on fire anymore.
That's pretty special.
Okay, I need to restart this dummy's heart. I wish to give him love.
Wow. That's engine, motor, love. Oh, okay. No.
That love.
It rejects your love.
It doesn't want my love.
When you say love, it actually looks like
a heart.
human heart.
It does. It's rather
a literal human heart.
All right. Well, let's see. Maybe a battery. Nope. It just holds on to a battery.
So while AC is goofing around, Peter, what is this new movie project you've been working on and tweeting about? I haven't seen much about it myself, so I'm curious, and I'm sure some of our listeners would probably be interested to know what you're working on in the meantime.
Well, there's a thing going on called Cinecoup, which is a new way of getting funding together for feature films that this group is trying out. Basically, what they've asked filmmakers to do all across Canada is to put together a teaser kind of preview for the movie that you want to make. And so 90 different sets of filmmakers got together and put together trailers that are up online at Cinecoup. I think it's .com, but it may be .ca because we're in Canada.
Yep.
And I'm in one of them, and we've already passed the first couple of sets of votes, and there's a vote on right now. We're hoping to make the top 40, and the top one, which we will find out in June if we make the top one, is going to be awarded $1 million to get their movie off the ground. And,
oh wow!
And hopefully eventually into theaters. So my movie is called Alien Abduction. I play the alien, and I'm blue.
Yep, I put a link into the chat here so everybody can see you tied up to a chair with what looks like Christmas lights.
Yes. The twist is, I've been abducted. Get it?
Oh!
The alien's been abducted! Yep, the Cinecoup will let you vote again and again and again. If you get a profile going and get it linked, if you watch 5 trailers, it'll give you a vote. If you watch all of the stuff associated with our movie, it'll give you a vote. And so you can get up to whatever, I don't know how many, but I know some people who have voted 30 times already. So you can keep voting and voting and voting. And the more you vote, well, the more we might get $1 million. And then we might get to actually make our movie, and then you can actually watch our movie, and then everybody will be happy.
Well, I will put another link there. Tell people, go forth and check that out. Give him a vote. Give him a view. Let him know what's going on.
Yeah, and keep your eyes and ears peeled to my Twitter and my Facebook, because basically every couple of weeks there's another round of voting. And I know it seems like I'm just tweeting the same thing over and over again, but every time it's a new round, so there's a new way to get another vote and a new vote that comes in. We're going to keep doing this for one more month, and then it'll all be over one way or the other. But right now, I think after the last vote, they narrowed it down to 60 from 90, and we were number 2.
Nice.
So keep voting, please.
So who do we have to knock out of the way?
Gee, I actually didn't really pay attention to who beat us. I was so excited to be second. So Canadian of me.
I know, like, oh, it's so nice. We're second place.
Yeah, we got the silver medal. We win.
Yay! We got to the point where we could almost lift the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, right.
Perpetual. We're just the perpetual buffalo of the world.
Yeah, we actually shot some of the. Cineku gives us missions every week or two, and the mission for this week was the directors, the writer-directors, are these two guys named Maddie and Mikey Granger, and they were given them the mission to shoot a scene which depicted how they got the idea. But because basically their real life story of how they got the idea was, well, we were driving along and then we thought of the idea. So they decided they didn't want to shoot that. So we shot some other hilarious thing where the two actors, myself and Patrick Gilmore, that you might know from Stargate SGU, we dressed up as them. And
Nice.
they acted very poorly. So it was lots of fun to do.
Ace's Mild Cigarettes, Born to be Mild. Yes, I'm looking at your Twitter, some of the photos you've taken regarding this, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's some pretty hilarious things.
Well, it's like y'all are having fun with it, and that's important
Well,
too.
that's the most important thing, I think, ultimately. We are having a ball. The nice sort of side effect here is that the top 10 pictures are going to get optioned anyway, so hopefully we'll at least make the top 10, and
Yeah, that'd be great.
and that option might still lead to a feature film in the long run, but number one would be the best.
Yep.
Yup.
It comes so naturally to you. Have you practiced that a while?
I've been doing it a lot in the last few years.
Just a few times.
Just a few times.
And I think you did it a couple times this week, correct?
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that, Amy, but
Oh my.
Well, as the sensationalist journalist I am, I will simply just take this nugget of uninformation and turn it into truth.
I have the tinfoil hat. We can make it happen.
I mean, I read it on Twitter, so it must be.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I read on Twitter that you had written an episode and there was that really good part but you wrote it. So yeah.
That part was really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Amy, you did at least tweet recently that you had an episode that you wrote that you were really psyched about.
Yep.
I am actually psyched about all the episodes that I
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
I
one
love
would
all
hope
of my
so.
children.
And
This, not to be all teasery and stuff, but season 4 is gonna rock. In my personal opinion.
Well, it also helps the fact that we are back to the 26 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I think everybody was just like, 13 is not enough. We require more. I'm sure you guys don't mind doing a few more as well.
No, we like it very much.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of good stuff is going to come out of it. Sounds, at least from what we heard, looks like winter is the current plans when that's coming through.
yeah. But hey, it is good to have you back on the show, Amy, because you've written some good stuff.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be back on the show. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Working with Megan is awesome. And yeah, there's really fun stuff. Like I say vaguely, and that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey,
I can say that I had a good deal of fun saying words that Amy has written recently. So that's about all I can say, unfortunately.
Yep.
I would love to say more.
Wait, hold on. I can. Well, technically, it doesn't just state it, but I'm going to take that to state that you say more than yup.
Not necessarily.
Ah, dang.
He might really enjoy saying yeah a lot.
Yep.
And the way I write it, it's even more awesome.
That's
And I
just-
write
no.
I could just be talking about the stage directions.
Yeah. Could be.
Would have been very entertaining.
Changes it up. The yup goes between just E's, maybe uses a U every once in a while. You know.
See, I would just see an episode where Big Mac only has an internal dialogue. And he's thinking all these deep, educated thoughts, and he just says, "Yep," to pretty much everything. He's just his entire day. You have just the monologue of just like, all right, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go take care of this. This needs to be done. Hey, Mac, you ready for the day? Yep.
Well, I want.
brush my teeth. Yep.
Well, now that we know that he's into the Smarty Pants doll, and we've seen him cosplaying as Applejack. You know, I think he's opening up a whole new personality side for him.
Well, I think he's a very deep and rich character who has been largely underexplored.
If only we could convince a writer to explore that.
Yeah, if only I could connect with any of the writers. Actually, I heard a bit about this episode months ago, and that is thanks to the conventions. We've been actually managed to meet, and we've actually managed to speak, and that's been totally useful and wonderful to be able to actually talk to the team instead of just be alone in the studio. So that's good. That's a nice side effect.
Yeah, doing the conventions, because we would have never met otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are, well, I mean, at least for the writer side, and as for the those of you that actually do the voices, are rather separate when it comes to the actual production of the show.
Yeah.
But here you are in one place. At least two of you are.
Yes. Skype.
I know.
Skype. It's like you're almost touching.
It brings the worlds together.
Basically.
Let's see.
Can I ask we actually play journalist for a second here?
Sure.
And ask Amy a question, which is, you know, I know as kind of freelancers, you kind of sit at home a lot. You don't normally get a lot of exposure from people coming up to say, "Oh my God, you wrote my favorite episode," type of thing. How different has it been, you know, to be in more of an extroverted role now that, you know, people are paying attention to who writes the shows?
It's pretty interesting because I've never gotten this kind of attention before for writing. I've written on a lot of shows, and this is just remarkable and unusual and really pretty cool. Fortunately, I'm comfortable around people, so that's a good thing. You know, it's not like I am somewhat shy, but I was also trained as a performer. So, you know, getting up and speaking in panels and things like that is kind of, you know, I kind of get to touch on that stuff. That's why, you know, singing songs in front of everybody is so much fun for me. But yeah, it's all amazingly different.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of get that that's kind of how it is for a lot of you guys when it comes to the show, that short of the Bronies, a lot of your work is appreciated by kids, and kids don't have conventions, and kids don't, you know, fanboy over the writers and the authors and the people that make the show. They're just like, my favorite character is Big Mac, and they're like, Big Mac is real.
Yeah, they don't.
Big Mac is real.
A lot of them just see the brightly colored horse, and they don't, you know, if you say, "Hey, I'm on the show," they just kind of shake their head at you and go, "Really? Well, okay, that doesn't make sense to me, but all right." But every now and then you get a kid. I was talking to a kid recently who, you know, I found out that I was on the show, and the moment like this, he lit up, and then it like ran at me and hugged me, and then I sort of came away and went, now I have to run at my own mom and hug her, and then run at the other person we were talking to and hug them, and, you know, he just kind of ran around hugging everybody because he was so excited, which was one of the most adorable things I've ever seen. So
it's like the kid met Big Mac in real life, and it's actually a dude.
It's actually, yeah, I know, but but for the most part, I don't, if I'm never around kids, I don't like to say, "Hey kid, I'm on the show you might watch," because I just feel like for them it's 100% magic, and they fall totally into it, and you don't want to be the destroyer of that. You want to let
Oh goodness, no! Don't destroy the magic.
no.
Yeah, I
That's enough anyway.
Sometimes I go at my daughter's school. I would go to the classrooms. It was Guess Who's Coming to Read, and so I would be a guest sometimes and talk about what I did and read to the kids, that kind of thing. And what's so funny with kids is I'll say, these are the shows I've worked on, and I'll spell it out. You know, I've worked on Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, blah, 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 blah. And then inevitably their questions aren't about the shows that, you know, they aren't the kinds of questions that you guys ask. Instead it's, but have you written on SpongeBob? But have you written on Pokemon? But, you know, it cracks me up because I've told them exactly what I've written on, and yet they want me to be writing on their favorite show, of course. And so, you know, they have questions about the episodes like you guys do. It's just, you know, what else do you do, lady?
Yeah, but that's the nature of having, you know, adult fandom type people versus, you know, little kids that just enjoy the show.
Right, exactly.
And it's, you know, and with like the really prolific voice actresses and actors out there, you know, like Tara, she's voiced everything under the sun. So, you know, when you get older, you realize that you've been listening to this woman talk in various roles for 20 years or so. So, you know, as an adult, you can realize that and appreciate it and be like, oh man, Tara, you've done all this amazing stuff. And, you know, but little kids are just like, oh, she's Harley Quinn or whatever she was. So, wow. AC, are you still having problems?
The fire department's hard. I need to figure out how to test alarms to go off.
You need batteries, AC.
I tried putting a battery in it. Tried putting a generator in it.
Well, listen, I'm going to take this firehouse problem-solving distraction as a cue to get on with my day. Unfortunately, I've got to get moving, and I don't have anything for dinner. I've got to go buy it, stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
Really glamorous things.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by. We do appreciate
real pleasure.
it.
Thanks very much for having me, and hi to everybody in the chat. And thank you for laters and buys and capital buys and use and everything else I'm reading.
Schmoopy-doo buys.
Somebody wants a schmoopy-doo, and I am happy to oblige. Schmoopy-doo!
Thank you very, very much, Peter.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you on for as little as we could, man.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Bye, Peter.
Bye, Amy.
Yay. All right. Let me pull in my other guest here, who I have a feeling that you may know her. Let's see.
Yes. Yes, Spectrum, we are in fact doing the show. We've been going for almost not quite an hour yet.
I know.
But we have with us right now Amy Keating Rogers, and joining us now, as soon as she connects, we will have Sabrina Abergetti, better known as Sibsy. And I hope I didn't mangle her surname.
Only a little bit.
No.
Only a little. Well, sorry about that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm from Texas. I can't English.
It's like spaghetti. Ha, it's hilarious.
Alberghetti.
Alberghetti. So Italian.
Delicious alberghetti. It's some of my favorite. You put a little bit of a. I prefer my alberghetti with a little bit of a, just a simple marinara sauce.
Smell Fredo.
I'm alright with either of those.
How you doing, Sibsy? You've had I chatted with you a little bit. You've been busy.
Oh
busy.
God, I've been busy. Season 4.
I know.
Oh man.
Is it good?
Wait.
Do you like it?
It's amazing.
Oni's is getting a season 4.
I know, right?
Time to announce.
Surprises.
Look at my surprised face.
Yeah, I've been working kind of nonstop lately because the writing's been getting crazier, but good. It just takes a lot longer to draw them now.
Oh
than
no.
season 1.
Is that just because there's more in it, or
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't say too much, but there's just not every episode is crazy epic, but it seems like the first handful have been pretty big, so they've been tough. Yeah.
And you're working hard, gotta draw all the little background things, right?
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. So right now, if you're on the stream, let me give you a link to the show if you don't have us.
Oh, I'm on the stream.
Okay, good. So you have been working hard on season 4 and doing all sorts of other fun things, I have no doubt.
I guess. Whatever I have time for.
Yeah, you seem to be very busy and distracted on Twitter on occasion, but
yeah,
that is life.
My life has been a little up and down lately,
Yep.
to put it nicely, but I'm getting through it. Some days are better than others, like always. And doing some comic covers. I actually finished the 6 of them, so now they're just being released, I guess, as they come out. And
so you did do one of each.
Sorry, what?
So you did do one of each. Okay.
I did, yeah. There'll be one for each pony. And I'm going to be doing more, I believe, on the main series coming up, just to help out. So it's kind of nice to have that on the side. Like, it's nice to do like a finished drawing, because I'm used to working in black and white all the time. But it's nice to actually do color and do a piece of art.
And all the ones I've seen thus far have been really cute. I mean, the Twilight Sparkle one that you have a picture of next to your dog on your Twitter, with her floating shining armor around.
Yeah.
That she's like, I'm super innocent and super powerful. Just wait till I show you what I can do.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do. Like, my editor had said, they wanted like a main 6 thing, and each one has to represent each pony. But they didn't really give me much direction, so I was actually sitting on it for a few weeks going, what am I going to do for these covers? And then I realized that we hadn't really seen the Philly ponies at all, so I decided to go with Philly ponies, and then it just kind of, it went from there. It became a little easier.
Yeah, it certainly is cute, and I'm trying to dig up the other preview covers that have been out there.
Yeah, which ones are, I think the only one that hasn't been released so far is Applejack, I believe.
Okay.
At least to see.
Or the ones that I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen a Fluttershy either.
Oh, Fluttershy's out.
It is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere.
Applejack, unfortunately, underrepresented in so many ways.
Applejack is the last one, I know.
Oh,
poor Applejack.
But it's probably my favorite cover out of the 6, so we'll see.
She does not have enough love.
No, she doesn't.
If only we knew people on the show that could help.
I'm trying to find these files, these links, and I can't find it.
Oh, for the covers?
Yeah. Let's see.
They're all over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that the comic has been such a big deal, and it's cool that they're getting show people like you, Sibsy, to contribute to it.
Yeah, it's cool, because my friend Amy, who's, I think, drawing the main series right now, I worked with her on a lot of Disney stuff in the past, and she was the one who said, they'd be silly to not ask you to do it. So the comic world is really small, and she just went to her editor and said, you got to get Sabrina on this, and that was pretty much it. And it's all word of mouth with stuff like that, and I'm sure having the other comic stuff under my belt didn't hurt. Yeah.
All right, I've actually managed to find a couple of them, though. I'll toss them in there. It's the Rainbow Dash one that you did.
The infamous Rainbow Dash one.
Yeah, I think people are just
that's the old one. It has since been fixed.
Yes, but sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Yeah.
And the Fluttershy one that you did is also really cute.
Yeah.
Her sitting on the cloud and Baby Derpy, and hey, look, there's a wildfire in the background.
Come on, I gotta put wildfire in one of them.
Of course. Self-inserts.
How can you not? it's nice because comics are a bit more
There's certainly a lot more freedom.
Yeah, a lot more freedom, which is great. I found that with the Disney stuff too. Like in the one Darkwing Duck comic I did, I put in, who's now my ex, and Big Jim and my friend Garrett. They all had cameos in there, and when I worked on the Casper comic, I put our dogs in there as well. So it's just fun to put little things like that once in a while. Keeps it interesting.
Yeah. And I found the rarity one, which has super cute baby-looking
Sweetie Belle.
Sweetie Belle.
Yeah, that was the first one I did, I believe. Way back when.
That one.
When is someone going to put in the hipster police officers, though?
Hipster police officers?
That's new to me.
Do you know about these? They've showed up in like dozens of DC and Marvels. They just appear. If you Google like comic hipster police officers,
no, I haven't.
You have to put them in. They can be ponified versions.
I'm not drawing the comic, but I can only do so much on covers.
Just put them in the back.
The Rainbow Dash one has been changed?
Yeah, I tweaked it. I had tweaked it since.
Okay.
So the final one doesn't look like that. It's a little less perverse.
Yeah, well, you can always count on people to find the worst. Oh,
I don't think I'm just responding to the chat. They always make fun of Rarity's chin in that drawing. It's not that it's her chin; it's just that she's got her head tilted up, so you see more of the bottom of her face.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
She is appraising her work.
Yeah, it's because I like drawing them off model, and technically in the show we're not allowed. We've got like these rules, like the 3/4 rule and the half rule, and when we draw the pony, it's so funny. When we draw the ponies a certain way, like when they're more straight on, we're not allowed to show their cheek on the other side. Like you'd see with, is it Snips or Snails? Is the chubby one? I'm sorry, I'm terrible. I can never remember.
Snips. Yep.
Snips, because Snips has the cheek on the side past his nose, but we can't do that with the main 6. So whenever I draw the ponies in my own style, I like to just break that rule because I always think it looks cuter. And I can get away with it in the comics. I can't do it at work.
Yep. Well, that is very cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Saying season 4 is pretty crazy, and she's right, and I don't know, it'll be worth the wait.
Oh, and Coder has linked the comic book hipster cops.
Yeah, they showed up in the Transformer comics, so they've been in Hasbro properties.
Yeah, it's these 2 cops that are just the prototypical design, I guess. The same 2 cops in every... Huh. It's a conspiracy. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Silly tropes.
Usually people just kind of like, yeah, we've used this design before. Why not? The orphan is shaken up.
Apparent.
There we go.
The best way to solve an orphan problem, give them a parent.
Yay. Well, that's good.
See? I was thinking like teddy bear or something nice, but I'm just like, no, give them a parent.
Give them a bear. Whoops. So yeah, season 4 is coming up. 26 episodes. Everybody's excited, and it's good to see get the team back together in a way. Having Amy back on, and you still storyboarding and getting people.
Still storyboarding.
Hey, you guys are underappreciated. You guys set the tone for the scenes, and they animate based off that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of people don't know exactly what we do, and I hate explaining what storyboarding is because it's kind of a strange thing to describe. You can't really describe it in one word. Like, it's easy for Amy to say, I'm a writer, and I write. You know exactly what she does.
Yeah. It's like, you're a storyboarder.
Yeah, they're like,
And-
oh, what do? Do you draw the show? I'm like, well, yeah, kind of. And then I sit down and explain what it is, and they still look at me like I have 6 heads. So, I don't know.
What I find interesting is a lot of the stuff that the fans really love is the stuff that comes in at storyboard. So, like, a lot of the background references and just business that's going on that we obsess over is stuff that you guys add.
Yeah.
Yeah. We try and punch up with gags and stuff. Like, I just had a script meeting yesterday for my next one, and it needed some love, it needed some funniness. So, you know, we went through it with the directors, and we found places where we could, you know, make it a little more humorous and to try and do more character things, because the story was very straightforward. So stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of nice to have a quieter episode, though, considering the last few I've done. It's just been hectic.
Hey, you gotta slow down at some point.